Okay, finally, I tell you, finally, the Transcendence Mistral-XX is back in stock. So this time we have restocked quite a bit because they take very long for production. So I think the last time we have this was maybe 8 to 9 months back. That was like close to a year. So nowadays their production is lower. If I'm not wrong, every year they only produce like maybe um 1 or 2 times only. I mean, this is what I feel lah, because so far the waiting time is getting longer and longer. Maybe because they have more and more models lah, different models for rods. So today we will share with you more about this Mistral-XX, okay, and let you understand what is this rod all about. Okay, this is a spinning travel rod. Okay, so why we want to talk about this Mistral-XX? If you are very into spinning tackle angler, you should have a Mistral-XX Transcendence. Okay, I tell you why first. Because if you look for like travel rods with like different multiple function and all these things, right, it's actually quite hard to find. And in the market, I don't think there is much. Most of the time, travel rods that can like have multi-function are bait casting rods like your transcendent late booming, your cast division board stick, and then can merge bit stick and all these things. But you don't really have a multi-function spinning travel rod. Okay, so to me, Mitra is one of the few that is in the market. Okay, so we're going to share with you how the configuration is. And according to the website, right, the Transcendence website, they said that this rod can actually make into a bait casting rod also. But to be frank with you, I'm not. I mean, I'm just a retailer lah. You know, I don't represent Transcendence. I'm not Transcendent. So to me is I think you can, but is it at the most optimal part? I doubt so lah. But because why can I want to explain, because this is being asked by customer also. So I just want to explain why can. Because on the bait casting function, right, is when you don't use this portion. Why when you don't use this portion? Because you realize this is the back portion of the rod. Okay, this portion has a very big guide. So normally when there's a very big guide, you don't use it for bait casting because the line from the bait caster is actually seated lower. Okay, you can see seated lower. Then the lines suddenly go up and go down. So there's a misguide. So the function with the bait caster, right, if I'm not wrong, is the lower guide one. Okay, so let me show you. We solve that question first because that question is regularly asked by customer. Okay, so this is the setup for the bait casting. They say can do bait casting lah. This is the highest they say can do lah, because it's still seated high, but it's definitely lower than this giant big guide here. You see? Can see should be can Okay, so if you're using the configuration that they have set up for bait casting, right, you realize that all the guides are seated lower instead of the big guides. So most of the model that can use for bait casting in their website are the shorter model. Okay, but again, I still recommend that if you want to do bait casting, right, just get the bait casting rod lah. Don't use the Mistral-XX lah. I mean, at least this is something that I feel lah, because I still feel that it's seated higher and the backbone is done differently and whatsoever. Okay, so anyway, I just want to share with you the different configuration of this rod, because this rod is a little bit special. Even I also need to go and look at the website and tell you what is what. Okay, so first of all, it's a 5'4", 5 feet 4. Okay, so this is a 5 feet 4. This model 5 feet 4 is using this in 1, 2, 3, 4 segment. Okay, this one can use for spinning and bait casting. This is the one that they say you can use for spinning and bait casting. Then they have another one is a 5 feet 2, also spinning and bait casting. Okay, so the 5 feet 4 and 5 feet 2, what's the difference? Very simple. The top, the guide section, 1, 2, and 3 is the same. The only difference for 5 feet 2 and 5 feet 4 is here. Okay, so here is the screw segment. This is the same design as the late booming. Okay, the bait casting late booming, Transcendence late booming. So you see, if you screw this out, okay, I'm not going to take so much time. Then you just take this one 5 feet 4, longer one. This is a shorter one. Do you see? So your point 2 come from this part lah. Okay, so you all go and configure yourself ah. So again, I just want to explain for Transcendence this screw system ah. You are supposed to screw it hand tight ah, and your hand must be a little bit pussy kind lah. Don't try to go and screw it very tight because this is glue to the EVA. If you do it very tight, it will definitely come out. It will definitely break. Okay, so as long as it's like that, finger tight. Don't mean finger tight lah, not hand tight. Finger tight it's done. It's done. Okay. So this is the 5 feet 2 and 5 feet 4. So the guide section doesn't change. Okay, it's only the length of the butt change for the 5 feet 2 and 5 feet 4 recommendation. This is the only model that they say can use for bait casting. Once you change it to 6-1, okay, 6-1. So I explain to you what is 6-1. So this butt section basically there's 3 sections. Okay, 3 butt section, 1, 2, and 3. These 3 butt section all can fit into the handle. So you see this one come out I just have to put this in, okay, and I can still put this in like that. You see? So I just basically just now was this part connected to the handle. Now I just add this small section in. This is 6-1S already. They never write B already. So this is for spinning. Okay, this is for spinning. I think the 6-1 is, according to what I see here, the 6-1 come with a longer handle. So it's supposed to change to this longer butt. Okay, then you get the 6-1. I don't want to change the butt because screw in, screw out, very troublesome. Then if you go for the shorter butt, it's called 5-9S. This one. 5-9S. So by changing, every time you change the butt, you get 2 model, okay? So like the first one 5-2, 5-4, then now 6-1, 5-9 is just minus 2 only lah, because the 2 belong to the butt okay? Then later on you have the longest configuration, which is the 7-5. Okay, so 7-5 later, if you go and cancel away the butt then you will have a 7-3 again lah. Okay, but over here they never write as a 7-3. They only write 7-5. 7-5 is with the long handle. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you how you get 7-5. 7-5 is with the long handle. According to their configuration, this small section below, the small butt section will stay. So I will pull out from here. Instead of taking out this part, I remain. Okay, I take out this part. Okay, this section will go in the middle. Okay, this section will go in the middle. So now we have a 7-5 with the long butt. It has to be the long butt. So you get 7-5. Okay, this is very important. You can put this. First of all, you have the short butt, then you have the big guide section, then the small guide section. Okay, you can put this small butt on top of this and this one below, but the way it's designed is going to be wrong. Why? Because once you put this one, you swap this big butt section and the small short section, then the separation of the guide from this guide to this guide will become longer. It means this one will come here. Then the configuration is wrong already. So this is very important because actually it can fit one. Means this and this you can interchange top and bottom. You can keep interchanging. But the configuration is wrong. So it's very important to get the configuration. It's very important that this guide and this guide is like that. You see, the guide settings for the guide to guide setting is very important. You can see the guide to guide setting is very important. Okay, so this is the 7-5 with the long butt. This is for like boat casting and all these things. Heavier minnow, pencil, long cast. Then they have a 6870. So 68 and 70 very simple. 68 and 70, they'll remove this section already, the short section. So you see, that's why I say this is interchangeable. So you got to do the short section correctly. Okay, so you see, once I remove this small section, again, 70 is with long butt, 68 is with short butt. Then you get this configuration. 68 and 70. This is for kayak fishing, sea bass fishing, light casting. So basically, actually just now the 7-5, right? If you remove the long butt, it will be 7-3. But they never put 7-3 as a model inside here. They basically only put up to 7.5. So they never state 7.3 because they feel that maybe that's not the way they have designed the rod lah. But basically you still can get a 7.3. So total you get a 6, 8, 7, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 7 configuration. If you add in the 7.3 as a configuration from short butt to long butt, that will be 8 different configuration in the rod lah. Okay, so this is really one of the most versatile spinning rods that I have seen with the most different kind of length and model, and then the butt got 3 butt to basically the first section, the section on top can go in, the considered the third section can go in, the fourth section can go in, then the short butt section also can go into the handle. So these 3 is interchangeable, they all have the same diameter of the joint to the handle. Okay, so this is the difference. So this is the explanation for Mitra. If you're wondering is it suitable for you, I can only tell you lah that this rod is being designed in a very wide spectrum because you get a lot of different casting weight, all the way from 15 gram to 50 gram. And then you get a 5 feet 2 to 7.5 feet. It is very long. PE 1.5 to 4. Okay, the way it's designed confirm the spectrum is very big, and actually spinning very unlike bait casting, the rod doesn't need to be too specific because spinning when you cast, right, there's no bihun lah, or like not enough momentum lah, then cause backlash lah, all these things. So there's no such problem. So for spinning, is to me, I feel that it doesn't affect the casting that much by coming up with so many different lengths and sections for a versatile rod. Okay, so I know I hasn't been doing much videos because we are continuously trying to source for good fishing products. Okay, so only when we source for good fishing product, we find good fishing product, then we will introduce to you. So you can get Mitra from my website. I order a lot, already half the stock gone already. So the remaining half you can order from my website. You can also see in Shopee, but when you go Shopee, because of the cost that Shopee is charging us, then you got to pay a bit more lah. Okay, so that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. The next episode, we will talk about the cheapest spinning reel and travel spinning rod that we are bringing into the shop, and also some of special soft baits that you can use for snakeheads. So that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode, and bye bye.